Welcome back to another episode of The Canon. I'm your host, Terry, and this is the final Oscar nomination category. It has been a marathon, but we have finally come to Best Visual Effects. First up, Blade Runner 2049. Yes, I love this movie, and doing these breakdowns really remind me how much love the movie actually got, despite not getting a Best Picture or Best Director. But hey, definitely loving the love for the technical achievement. It looks gorgeous. So definitely not surprised it got nominated. I think it is one of the eyes on favorites for this. This is a category that typically pulls in bigger blockbusters, and I think 49 isn't so much a blockbuster. It should have been, but it wasn't. But it also has a lot of Oscar type love as well. Not just being a blockbuster with CGI. So I think it's the odds on favorite. Then we go to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Man, I love this movie so much. But I'm not, that's separate. Being in the visual effects, I actually am a little surprised. I never thought it would be nominated for an Oscar for its effects. Superhero movie CGI, I thought, it is what it is. Guardians definitely have a different level of color to it. So I understand that, and I understand Groot, or Baby Groot now, and I understand Rocket and all this other stuff. So yes, it does have more special effects than other superhero movies, but I never thought on the Oscar level they would nominate it, but I'm very happy they did. And out of this group, you know what, honestly, I think it has a dark horse chance, but I don't think it's the favorite. And I don't think it's neck and neck with Blade Runner, but I do think maybe you could Baby Groot it into an Oscar. I'll be happy about it. Then we go to Kong Skull Island. I did see the movie. I liked it. I mean, there's definitely not one I would have thought about for a nomination. And there's parts of the movie that you feel like, man, this could have really been like a Jurassic Park with like some lifelong stunning effects, but it's just not there. So, I don't see it having any type of real chance to win. Surprised that it got nominated, but, nice to see it there because they did, King Kong well, at least. Then we go to Star Wars The Last Jedi, and this one isn't too shocking. Star Wars is not an Oscar darling this year, but Star Wars is very well recognized in Hollywood. And, again, I said this before, with kind of the sounds effects and everything, you see Star Wars, you see the same stuff in Star Wars so much that we kind of take it for granted, but you got to realize it's unique to Star Wars, it's high quality, and we should recognize it each time. So, a lot of the effects they did and, the stuff in space, it's worthy to be there. As far as when, I think it has a really good chance. I think it is a 3-way race. So, I couldn't say it. With Star Wars being Star Wars and plus how good it is, I can't say that it's not in the battle. Then lastly, we got War for the Planet of the Apes. I did not see this movie. A lot of people saying this should have been one of the best movies of the year. But I've seen the other two, and so I know the quality they bring to it. And I will tell you, again, all you need to do is see the second one, and you really understand how much, the visuals mean to this movie when you see a bunch of apes that really aren't there, but they seem so lifelike in the performance by Andy Serkis and all that. So I definitely expected it to be nominated. Now, again, a 3-way race, I think is definitely in the race because of all the apes and primates that you got to put in there. Outside of that, there's not much they had to do, but those alone take a lot of time. So I understand. And I think it's in the race. Okay. So, as far as looking at this list, snubs and whatnot, I like this list. I think there's other movies, really good visuals, but honestly, I like this list because all of these had to do, some extensive work with the visual effects. So I'm not going to sit here and, really replace anything. I will say again, it's a 3-way race between Blade Runner, Star Wars, and War of the Planet of the Apes in my mind. And Blade Runner's the favorite for me. But I could see any of these three winning. So should be interesting, but I want to hear from you. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about the list. Any snubs? Would you replace anybody? Who you think's going to win? Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it around if you heard of his official canon.